Yo, what is up guys? Today I got another tutorial to show you, and in this one I'm going to be just showing you guys how to use the level override cheat that is included in our spreadsheet. Spreadsheet is in the description below. Now I felt like I needed to make a tutorial for this one just because there are actually a lot of times you can use this cheat, not just from the main menu. But to start off, we're going to just go ahead and start off in the main menu. I'm going to open up my spreadsheet real quick. And then all the way to the right on the spreadsheet will be the list of levels, and I've included their just base codes. So literally all you have to do is copy paste for this. It's a lot simpler than in the middle section our abilities list, but that's kind of finicky and not really working. So yeah, I went ahead and grabbed the level select code for Saloon, which is the unused level, Widow's Patch Saloon. So you go ahead and save that in your pnatch. Just reload your cheats, hit continue, and you'll load in. Now I will mention that there are some levels that just won't load from the main menu like this. You'll either get a infinite loading screen or just it won't work. I got those levels listed on the screen right now, and the best way to work around that is just to load into the level prior to it, then completing the level to continue into the desired one. So that's the basics for this cheat. Just literally paste in the code and then go from the main menu to load into story mode, and it'll override your level that you're loading into. But now I'm going to show you something interesting with certain levels. They have two parts. So like Bear Mountain, the mine, the mansion. All of these levels, for some reason, if you quit out while you have a cheat active, you'll show up in the level for that, but in the main menu. So that's pretty cool. My favorite one's personally Bear Mountain. It just looks so cool to have that starry skybox in the main menu. The fact that it works on all versions of the mansion, so the Siege, House of Cards, and Fall from Grace, probably means that the level was gonna be a seamless type of level, but then later on changed. So here's another weird thing with the level select. If you try to select the level Battle Royale, it will just play this cutscene with absolutely no sound, and you'll notice in the background of this cutscene the train station is actually different, where the windows are see-through and everything, and there's also pedestrians that are static figures over by where the Battle Royale would take place, and that you're just stuck in this infinite loop of this cutscene playing over and over again. So I believe that Brimstone just works completely different from the rest of the levels, because a lot of the versions of Brimstone just don't load, or they'll load improperly. Another quick side note, when loading into another level, usually it will just take the character that you were going to load into initially. So if you were hitting continue and it was selecting the trader, but you're overriding it to Bear Mountain, it makes you play as Diego on Bear Mountain. Next thing I want to cover is if you do the level override and you're in Bounty Hunter mode. Now interestingly, this will allow us to select levels that aren't normally in Bounty Hunter mode. So you'll see that in this case there is no challenge, there's just, you know, your regular mission, but it gives you a stat screen. So that's very odd to see. And you can do the same thing here with Brimstone. Even cooler is there are some levels that do have unused Bounty Hunter challenges in them. So like Jailbreak here, it has a very weird challenge and it's actually quite tough. but it is to not get caught, not use weapons other than your knife, and only activates once you're in the second half of the level. So they definitely didn't fine-tune this challenge. It's pretty obvious because it's really tough and you get caught very easy. And then on top of that, at the very end here, when you do the duel, if you use your weapon in the duel, you'll actually just fail. So you actually get to just let yourself die and use your knife here. So as you can see here, it just gives you your regular stat screen for the mine, which is very odd that it does that, but I guess it's because the levels are pretty connected still. But by putting in the cheat to override the level before the level ends, you can actually override the stat screen. And as you can see here, we'll get an unused kind of placeholder texture here for a unlock called Rifle Test Tooting, and I'm assuming it's just a test and it's not actually anything, because after unlocking this rifle you no longer have your bounty hunter tab in your profile, and that will not come back. So definitely be careful not to override your save file with this. The next unused bounty hunter challenge would be for Hell Pass, and Hell Pass literally just has the same exact challenge as Stagecoach, so nothing really interesting here. It's just eliminate 40 enemies before you get to the end. So next up for our unused bounty hunter challenges, we've got Devils and Angels, and this one is just broken. Every single time you load in, it'll insta-fail you, and there's nothing you can really do to actually complete this mission. You just don't have enough time to even kill Diego, but even if you do, you would still fail. But by using the cheat to override our level stat screen to Devils and Angels, we can actually just kind of force it to give us the stat screen and see what there would have been. Unfortunately, it's the same as End of the Line. So for House of Cards, it has an unused bounty hunter challenge, and it basically doesn't even show up until you're in the final half of the level. But it's a 5-minute timer, which is kind of long anyways for only the second half of the level, so I suspect that it was supposed to be throughout the entirety of the level. So just like the rest of the levels, House of Cards does not have a unique reward. It just has Fall from Grace's reward. So the last thing you can do with this level override code is you can basically take your weapon loadout from just about any level and apply it to any level. Just by hitting replay and overriding to a new level, you'll replay the level that you were just on, but you'll have whatever weapons you would have had for the level you tried to override to. This will also include, for Red's weapon select, it'll give you the whole shop and everything before a level. It'll just have you select your weapons before you load into the level again. So yeah, as you can see, I just spawned in with the old pistol because I tried to override my level to Bullseye while replaying Saloon. So yeah, that's pretty much everything you need to know about the level override cheat for Red Dead Revolver. I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.